everyone, welcome back to Beach Angel Tarot. I'm here to do my Vampire Lovers reading episode 7, and this is August 11th, 2022. We're going to take a dive in and see what comes up from Spirit. I've been guided to do the opening a little bit differently. If you've been following along, I usually use a Fallen Angel card. I'm going to use a Oracle, an Art Oracle, Oracle of the Echoes it's called, to open. It's going to be a keyword and a visual. I'm going to use an angel card and a Spirit of Darkness and Light deck to open our energy and connect with Vampire energy. And of course, this is for fun and entertainment purposes only. This is not to be pulling in darker energies or anything like that. We're always connecting with Archangel Michael to guide and protect our time and space. And I may be using some other decks to pull in some more energy as we move forward, but we're always using the Tarot du Lanute for this reading. It is the deck that I will be using for the duration of however long I do these episodes. And we are again on episode 7. If you'd like your own personal private reading, you can click the link below in the description box and be taken to my Etsy shop to purchase that. So let's dive in. Let's see what visual Spirit wants to bring through, what the vampire energies want to bring through and impart to us for this connection that you've come to this reading with in mind. What visual, so this will bring up a feeling, a message for you. You may focus on the artwork or the keyword, however it comes to you at this time. And we have breakthrough. So I like seeing that. So something's breaking through the surface, and really just focusing on the artwork. And it looks sort of like it created like this was very non-color down here, and as it broke through it, like really created this flow of color and movement, like raining back down upon it. So however the visual comes to you, whatever message it may give you, kind of tune into that. You can screenshot it if you'd like to look at it further in quiet. Do that too. Maybe just the keyword is important for us at this time, but there has been a breakthrough. There is a breakthrough. There is a breakthrough at hand in this next upcoming. This reading lasts, I don't know if I said that, 3 months. I usually do it every 3 months, give or take a week or two. So it'll go to November, mid-November, something like that. Let's do the angel card, see what angel wants to come up. Focusing on vampire messages for this episode 7, Spirit. Angel Michael protecting us as always. What angel card wants to come up? Well, we have playfulness. So there's like a lighthearted energy here, a breakthrough, and perhaps, so it's sort of like a 3 of Cups, but I don't feel it in a negative, like there's other people involved or anything like that. I just feel like this, kind of fun, happy exchanges, could be humorous, flirtatious, that kind of thing. But there is a breakthrough in movement and more playful energy. It's not as serious. It's not as heavy. They're saying not that it's not serious. It can be very serious connection for you, but the connection itself has lightened the density, the heaviness. Is kind of, there's been a breakthrough in that kind of energy where things have got. That's sort of like. What I was noticing in this color, it's like it's a return to color, it's a return to beauty, it's a return to that kind of energy, if you will. And so it's coming up here in this card too. So let's see what Spirit of Darkness and Light is coming through for us with this. And I'll probably look at the top and the bottom here. I think I did on the last one, and I will here. just this deck, what spirits of darkness and light are with us at this time with the vampires and assisting this connection over the next 3 months. So what is going on? I see one sticking out further, then I will take it. Spirits of darkness and light. I feel this one, and it is demon, spirit, tormented, fear, shadow self. So there is some shadow work coming up here with this, and you have the spirit of gargoyle, intimidation, guardian, protector. So protection, water guardian. I love seeing that with the energy of Yai. And we have journey, relocation, and moving on, spirit of travel. So these are the 3 spirits that are working closely with this. You may resonate more with one or the other. So really bringing up to the light some shadow aspects, fears that can kind of come from relationships, and bringing those things to light. Sense of being, this relationship being protected by the, I say water spirit with the gargoyle, and the energy of the journey itself, moving forward. Can be some people are moving on, relocating, may need to travel to be with each other. Travel may be a big aspect of your connection. But really facing, I feel like this gargoyle really staring down this devil kind of energy. It's like kind of really facing that, really feeling the protection over that. Not that this is bad, because this serves its own purpose, right? But any of the fear that it can bring up, any of the fear that can kind of create heaviness and not playful energy, any fears that can kind of put things in the stagnation and not allow them to move, kind of like really facing that at this time, and really looking at something that is creating that in regards to the connection over these next 3 months. So I'm seeing that too. Let's see. I have some messages. I have the Lovers Oracle. So I'm going to get some of these within the reading. I have the charm cards for signs and stuff. We're going to like incorporate this and pull more of these at the end. But we're going to shuffle, focusing on the spread itself and what's going on within this connection over this next 3 months. Where we're leaving summer in these next 3 months and we're entering into fall. I'm hearing like where this relationship is meant to go, the destined, oh my gosh, the destination. There's something about this going, you know, this, it's like, this may have stalled things, right? These fears, this energy, it may have stalled things. And it's like this is really going to progress to a level, because the suitcases are stacked up. So there's a level to where it's to be going is going to present itself over the next 3 months. There's like a destination. There's more of a, I don't want to say endpoint, because we're never at a complete endpoint within a relationship. We're always growing and evolving, but there is some sort of destination that has been protected that will be revealed over this next 3 months, I feel. It's like can't stop that. That fear can't stop that movement to that destined place, which could be physical and it can just be energetic, like an energetic level, and it cannot be stopped. Like there's a movement that is happening, occurring, regardless of fear. These fears can make us feel like we can't do it, we're not deserving, you know, it can keep us stuck in like a frozen type of energy. It's frozen out of fear, right? And that is no longer allowing, intimidation is no longer going to be a factor. You're not going to be intimidated by that. And this destination, this movement will occur. Okay, let's focus on the spread. Which the spread is still the same. Fang 1, Fang 2, drop of blood, garlic, stake to the heart, holy water, and sunrise are the placements in this reading. And if you click the link below, you will see the spread layout in my Etsy shop. If you want to look at it just to follow along, you can do that in that way to see what's coming next in the placements. So the Fang one, how your partner sees you, if he's watching, so how this person is seeing you, if they're viewing you or thinking of you, and it is Six of Swords. This is a beautiful card. Six of Swords in the tarot talks about moving forward and, getting past the Five of Swords, which is all about, it can be mental torment or uncertainty or, changing one's mind, that kind of thing. But I want to see... I'm going to read from the book. I always read from the booklet for this reading, so if it's something that you don't enjoy, this is probably not the reading for you, because it is important, and that's why I use this particular deck for this reading. It gives us more in depth the way the vampires want to bring it through, because this booklet has a little bit of a different spin on the tarot than the normal tarot meanings. But generally, right off the bat, Six of Swords is talking about getting beyond a difficulty, moving beyond a difficulty, coming into more peaceful mind frame. So that's how they're seeing you in regards to the connection. I'm just going to find it in the booklet. Turn this down a little bit. That seems loud. So Six of Swords, toward new shores. I leave my past and my heavy burdens behind me. A new journey begins. And we have the journey card right here. So a new journey begins. So it's that lightening up. I know I have to start afresh. Of course, it's not easy, and I will miss many things in my old life. I'm facing the unknown, and that scares me a lot, but I'm also full of hope. Embark on this boat with me. Let's let go of your past. A new phase of your life is beginning, which will require courage, adaptation, and strength of character. But this change will bring many good things and will lead all of us to true happiness and greater joy. So my friend, with a clear mind and a brave heart, let's sail towards this new shore. So the keywords are new life, moving, fresh start, starting afresh, leaving the past behind, and transition. So that's how they're seeing you. And I feel like it's in regards to the connection. So you may have moved past something that was heavier in regards to you and this person. And they're also seeing you in life in general, starting afresh, starting anew. Either literally in a physical location, starting new, starting a new venture in your life, or just starting out with a new frame of mind, a new reference without the things of the past that have maybe weighed you down or left you in fear. So I do feel like they're sensing that you have let go of some part of your life. And there is a bit of unknown, but it's not necessarily in the negative. They see it as a very positive place for you at this time, and they're in an understanding as well that you're in this transition period, but it's moving you to a better space physically, mentally, emotionally, however it comes to you. Fang 2, how your partner feels for you. Do they have a heart? And we have 9 of Swords. So we have another sword energy. So 9 of Swords can be about worry, anxieties, and fears. So there's a little bit of trepidation here is the word I hear. Not that they don't have feelings, but they are in worry energy. So they're in some fears of their own. It says, the nightmare I'm in. My life has become a nightmare. It used to be a dancing dream, but now it is a devastated field. My little music box is broken. I'm never going to dance again. Yet the moonlight shines upon me. Deep in my heart, I feel those moonbeams are telling me not to give up on hope. So this is how your person's feeling about you. I feel like this is the part, so listen. Deep in my heart, I feel those moonbeams are telling me not to give up on hope, and that my negative thoughts can only bring even worse realization. Maybe I worry too much. Do you? Too? Could it be that things are not as bad as we think they are? How can we wake up from this nightmare? In my mirror, I see the reflection of a girl who should have loved herself more and do all that she can to feel better instead of despairing endlessly. So fear, suffering, negative beliefs, bringing a negative reality, too much worrying. That I feel like they're saying that they feel worried, but they feel like there is still hope, and they're being guided by the moon beings to not give up on that hope, to not give into the negative thoughts that can bring a worse reality. So again, it's that facing in those fears, and they're seeing where they may have got caught in those fears, but they're telling you they are not giving up on hope. Also here at this point, I'm going to pull one from this Lover's Oracle and see a message to you from this person, because we are looking at their feelings. So yes, I feel like they have feelings, but they're telling you that they have been caught in their own anxieties, their own fears, their own worries, their own struggles, and but they're not giving up hope on the connection or on you. So another message for us at this time from this person's higher self, and I feel this is it. Another visual. Gosh, I kind of see it myself with the magnifier. Oh, okay, I see. They are intertwined there. You can see. It's hard to kind of see, but there's a face here and there's a face there. And the message is, if you never have a broken heart, you'll never truly learn to love. So they're appreciating what has happened. They're appreciating the worries. They're appreciating the perceived broken heart. And I feel like heart chakra opening with because they're taking me back to the breakthrough card. It's like that piercing of the heart. So there is a breakthrough in that energy of that heart. And it's not like broken and in pain and giving up. It's broken where it allows in the light, it allows in the color, it allows in the lighter energy, and it restores hope to that. And they're appreciating that darker period that they have gone through. So it is a beautiful message to us from them and their higher self. So the next one is a drop of blood. You and your partner. I'm just gonna put this here. You and your partner, as a couple, your blend of energies, and we have the Hangman. So Hangman can be about sacrifice. It can be about a new perspective. It can be about things that are on hold. I'm just gonna see the Hangman, number 12. Upside down soul. So you're upside down soul. I guess you're in the middle of an indecision. I was too, not long ago. That's why I decided to suspend action and close myself from the outside world. Do as I did. Release your fears. Learn to let go. It is not the present circumstances that have to change. It's the way you look at them. So perspective, perception. You have to turn your soul upside down so that everything can be perceived differently. Of course, it takes a lot of courage to do so, but be sure that attractive opportunities may emerge from seeing things through this new perspective. Turn your world around and view your situation from another angle. It may also be time to act less selfishly and to dedicate yourself to a higher cause. This is my advice to you. So letting go, new perspectives, willing sacrifice, time of pause. So it can be a time of pause, but it feels more like the message here is that you're both in a time of learning to let go of fears. Release your fears. It's not your present circumstances have to change. It's the way you look at them. And that's what we were talking about here with that gargoyle looking at this devil. It's like really looking at facing these fears at this time. And it can create that pause. It can create that incubation period. But I definitely feel like that's the energy. You're both in this phase of learning to let go. And it can be that you both are telling each other that you've taken a pause in the past to go through this. It takes a lot of courage. And you may both be less selfishly, acting less selfishly at this time. So both are coming to a realization that there was some selfish actions, but they're both in the energy of acting less selfish and dedicating yourself to higher cause at this time. So it can be in or outside of the relationship, but it's talking about learning to let go of fears and facing those at this time. So very beautiful. It is a very beautiful message, and just going along with our spirits that are coming up to help us with this connection. 4, garlic. Are there outside influences affecting this relationship that you need to guard or defend from? So this can be a person or an energy. It doesn't have to be always a person. And it's a 3 of Swords. So yeah, it's an energy of separation. It's an energy of pain. But I love this card. I love Three of Swords too because it reminds me of Mother Mary, of the Immaculate Heart. And so we know we have also that protection at that time in regards to that Three of Swords energy. But it is the fear and pain of separation. So I'm going to read from the booklet as always. So the influence to guard against is the Lady of Sorrow. My heart is wounded. I cry tears of blood. I've lost what I love so much. Hope, joy, and the daylight are gone forever. I live in heartbreak sanctuary. That's where all broken hearts come from. So broken your heart must be if you see me today. I know your pain. I feel your tears. You've lost what you cherished, and life seems meaningless. But for you, there is a way out of this place. First, cry and feel the sorrow to the deepest. But then, my dear, leave this pain behind and learn from it. The suffering can help you grow stronger. Focus on your recovery rather than your loss. This is the only way to move on and to be able to smile again. And we did have that moving on in here. So it's like moving on from this. This is what we need to guard against. Moving on from the fear of loss, the fear of pain. About having a wounded heart and being rejected and, abandoned and that type of thing. So it's also growth and recovering process. So it's not a person. It's the fear of abandonment, separation, not being together, losing each other once again because you could have lost each other over lifetimes, past lives, and just all that coming up to the surface to be healed. Or just the fear of it in this life, having finally found that one person, that one true love, and thinking that you're not going to be able to obtain it or have it or experiencing again. You bring this up and can, create that frozen fear, that keeps us immobilized, right? But we are looking at this time period of really facing that, really having that protection and kind of looking at it and moving on to the destined spot. So it's really just reiterating what we pulled in the beginning of the guides. But this is what we have to fear, is the pain of separation. We have to fight against that pain of separation and allowing it to keep us immobilized. Stake to the heart. What will happen next in this relationship? And it is King of Wands. It's a very beautiful card of action and inspiration and passion and taking control of that in a very mature and responsible type of way, reining it in without it being like immature or rash or in and out, like I'm looking at in my mind's eye the page, and we've got to the King's stage in our passions, and so that's going to be the next thing. I'm going to read from the booklet. King of Wands. Testing your bravery. Do you fear vampires? Anyway, you shouldn't fear me. I won't bite you, and even instead, I bring you good news. I am pure energy soul. I am a pure energy soul, and I have a clear vision of what I want my world to be. I do not use night to destroy. I use it to create. So it's like not using the dark to destroy. You use the dark to create. I hate boredom and I hate daily routine. And I only drink the blood of the weak and the coward. But for the brave at heart, I offer my support and my strong arm. I want you to stand tall and to never allow doubt to interfere. You can achieve your goal. You can manifest your dream. I know you can. But you have to stay focused on a long-term view. If you have to choose between biting or being bitten, then in response, just show your teeth. So there's a little message there. If you have to choose between biting or being bitten, in response, just show your teeth. It's like a lion type of energy. We are in Leo right now. Because, a lion doesn't really have to do a lot but kind of roar and show who they are, right? So pure energy, leading vision, charisma, concentration, long-term view. So what I feel is going to happen next in this relationship is that it's like a manifestation. I want you to stand tall, never allow doubt to interfere. Again, never allow doubt to interfere. Facing that down. It's just going back to these keep coming back over and over to help move past this, to like kind of stare it down, show your teeth to that fear, right? But it's going to be able to, you can achieve your goal. So what will happen next is you'll do that, you will achieve your goal, you will manifest the dream of this connection, of where it's meant to be going, or have more of a plan or an itinerary is the word they're saying, of where it's kind of headed in the long term. So you can manifest that phase in the relationship. So you have more of the, like they're saying, the word itinerary for where things are headed. So you're manifesting, and so that's the next step in this connection. But they're saying you can manifest this dream, I know you can. but the message is to stay focused and to always stay focused on the long-term vision, which would be this, and always face down those fears, show your teeth. If you're facing being, how is it wording? Choosing between biting or being bitten. So when it kind of, and I feel like they're talking about not the person, but the fears. Like if you fear you're being bitten by fear, just kind of like show your fangs back at fear. So if you're really facing down fears, this next 3 months is coming up over and over again. But this is talking about focused manifestation. It's not the magician card, but it is talking about that. And I feel fire sign time frames, which we are in Leo, but also Sag can be very important as well. For seeing yourself coming through this. So it may be out into Sag where you see more of what's coming, what's headed, or something about this energy with the suitcases, with the travel energy. Also in these readings, I get a bit of a time travel vibe, and just as I looked at this and saw the word travel, it came up to me again. So because I was talking about timing with travel, Sag time, but I also get a bit of that time traveling and like quantum leaping, life timelines. There's something here with time travel coming up as well in this next 3 months. If you resonate with that, you have to resonate with that or understand what I'm talking about. So that is what is happening next, which is very positive in this relationship. They're asking me to pull another one to hear another message for what's happening next. I don't know why this is coming up at this point. Let's see. There it is. And we have this image, and it says, where there is love, there is life. So again, life, fire energy is chi, is life force energy. So that's another message for what's going to happen next. Where there is love, there is life. So you may feel more alive. That's going back to that playfulness, that breakthrough, the heaviness. When you're under the earth there's no life, right? So you're breaking back into this life force, this color, the world, the energy in the relationship. So pretty interesting how it's all tying together nicely. So that was the stake in the heart. Okay, the next one's holy water. What spiritual growth is this relationship bringing to you in the next 3 months or at this time? And we have justice. So very nice energy. Justice. I'm going to read from the booklet. Justice. Glow of fairness. In any decision, fairness and equality are to be looked for. With my scale, I make my judgment. With my sword, I render my verdict. My mind is clear and square. I'm here to remind you that what goes around comes around. Your life decisions follow you. You have to learn the lessons from your past mistakes. I only believe in truth and justice. I want you to live according to them. Don't let your temper get in the way. Remain objective and fair. Dishonesty is to be avoided at any cost. Take responsibility for your actions. The right decisions based on truth and sincerity are to be made. The truth of the matter is the only thing to be interested in, and whatever the case may be, justice will win. Fairness, objectivity, fair judgment, searching for truth, sincerity of the heart and mind. So the spiritual growth here is, fairness, justice, equality, win-win situations, that kind of energy. No underhandedness, no things that are not in alignment with integrity. Staying above board, always speaking your truth, always speaking your mind, and allowing that within the connection with each other. So it's the spiritual truth. The spiritual growth is the spiritual truth. So the spiritual truth, I feel, in this connection is going to prevail over this next 3 months. It will shine through. It will come through. The spiritual truth of the connection will come about. And that leaves behind this, right? Leaves this behind. It's not that we can eradicate this as an egoic thing, but this and the negative in regards to the relationship will be will come to light, and fairness will prevail over that. So the spiritual truth, they're saying the spiritual truth of the connection will come about over this next 3 months. Will prevail. As the word is prevail. It's sort of like this. It's like getting to this point, like I talked about in the beginning. It will show itself. Not a conclusion like it's ending, but the conclusion of the confusion, of the uncertainty, of not knowing. Sunrise, advice from the Vampire Council for this connection at this time, and it is the Hierophant. So another pretty big one. So we've got some majors coming up in regards to it. So the spiritual. So that was the, okay, this is advice from this council. Tradition is to be followed. There are two possible ways, the traditional one or the innovative one. My message is that the innovation is not what is required at the moment. On the contrary, you need to adapt to what is already there. Adapt yourself to what is already there. So that's their message. That felt like what you need to adapt yourself to what is already here. This is not a time to challenge anything. So these are your messages. This is your advice. Adapt to what is already here, not to challenge anything. Things must be done the way they've always been done. And it's not so much that, it's just that they're saying, accept what's here. Adapt to what is already here. Nothing should be challenged at this time. Tradition is to be followed. So what you've been doing is working, so keep with what you're doing. I represent rules. Let me be your guide. Let me show you power of sacred teachings. You may feel rules. Maybe you feel rules are limiting. If you have to learn that they can be enriching, reassuring. Sometimes it feels good to join a group or church. This is not the message. This is also time when you find the right teachers and to learn, to grow, and to study. So it's just a big time of spiritual understanding of this connection. And they're telling you to do what you've been doing. It's not a time to change up. On the contrary, you need to adapt yourself to what is already there. Traditions, learning, guidance from a higher power. Rules are to be respected. Rules are to be respected, and we had justice. So there is a big spiritual truth unfolding here in regards to this. And integrity and understanding. So we're going to look at the superpower here. And the superpower is, I love it because it's the visual, it's on the front of the book. It's like front page news. I like it. I always liken it to that thought. The world. So that is the superpower. And we have the owl. If you watch my Lionsgate portal, I think 3 owls came up in that reading, right in a row. So our superpower is, like, to me, it feels high priestess. It feels like hugely our intuition, just intuitively, our inner knowing, sticking to that inner knowing, or focus. But let me read from this just quickly. Flying beyond the moon. To see me appearing as a reward in itself, I bring up here a message of congratulations. If you have completed a major phase in your life. So a major phase in this connection is completing. You have accomplished your goal and you have made your most precious dreams come true. In other words, you have reached the moon. This journey was long and full of challenges, but you made it through. You've learned so much along the way. You're a whole new person. Become the true master of your own destiny. You've become the true master of your own destiny. Remember all that it took to bring you here. Take the time to celebrate this victory. All elements are aligned and you are now in the right place doing the right thing. Again, about doing the right thing, right? You are connected to the world and giving it the best you can offer. You are one with the universe. So fly gracefully, my dear. Fly high and fly free. Achievement, completion, fulfilled dream, accomplishment, goal, celebration. So you are one with the universe. That is your superpower, your intuition as well. Your connection to the moon and the high priestess energy. And I would also watch the Lionsgate one I put up. It was only like 6 minutes, but there was a lot of owl energy in there. I'm going to pull some charms, cards with signs, symbols, parting messages for us to look for over the next 3 months from vampire energy. in regards to this connection, to show us that it's like we're on the right path, and we have the key. So a key is going to be presented, but if you see keys and all that kind of stuff, it can be, a message for you too. I'm just going to pull a couple more and see what kind of comes out. But again, a key is like a conclusion. You're given the tools to unlock things, and we can see a lot of that is coming up in this next 3 months. And I feel like this one, bell and news. So announcements and bells. So if you hear bells, if you see keys or you hear bells or see bells, that is also another. And I'm going to pull one more. So there's going to be news unlocked, just like what we've said through the whole reading. There's going to be an unlock of news, of information, again, they're saying spiritual truth. And this last one is plain. That is so funny, because this one was, like they were saying, not the final destination, but you're going to see more of the next leg of the journey, for sure, unravel over the next 3 months. More of where you're headed next in regards to this connection and the future of it. Which is positive, because it feels like it's leaving a lot of fear-based things that can hold us back and keep us in that hangman energy that we're about to kind of progress beyond in this next leg of connection. So I love seeing that, because we kind of ended where we began in regards to the spirits. So if you see keys, bells, if you hear bells, or you see planes, or anything like that, like the planes aviation is coming up, just know. But there is going to be information unlocked about the rest of the destination coming forward. So I love seeing that undercurrent. They did tell me to look, and that's why I said watch the 8-8, because this is like the 8, but it's infinity symbol. It's everlasting. So that is another hint of where the rest of this is headed or moving towards. But it's also another symbol. The infinity symbol is also, of course, another sign along this next leg of the journey. Angel blessings to everyone. Oceans of love. See you soon.